Hello guys, this is Abernathy here, the Diecast fanboy, and today I got some pretty cool looking diecast that I got. This is actually going to be a classic NASCAR diecast review, as you can tell by the thumbnail. And I bought this a couple years back. I think it was either 2021 or 22. I can't remember. But I did got this at one of my local diecast dealers. And what better time to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. In fact, I was at that speedway when Kurt Busch got that win and also brought Michael Jordan's first ever cup win. And so today, I'll be showing you what it is we have today. It is the 1994 Inaugural Brickyard 400 race. A Chevy Lumina out of the NASCAR from the Racing Champions line. This is not a winter circles, by the way. A very nice looking car. Of course, this was the inaugural, the first ever Brickyard or Indy 400 race, depending which one I call it. I call it the Indianapolis 400, a parody of the Indianapolis 500. But this is the Brickyard 400. Of course, that says Indianapolis Motor Speedway, which I do have that speedway, which is not too far from me, as you can tell. Yeah, it's not shiny as you look at in the camera. Of course, it has that base, which I'll show you in just a minute. There's a back if you want to see that. I paid this for $699 for a retail price. But this is just a hefty price, as you can tell. But I'm not here to talk about what too many times. But let's get this diecast out of the package and start reviewing this 1994 Brickyard 400 car. Alrighty, y'all, we got this diecast out of its box, and before we take a look at this diecast, back in the day during the Racing Champions, you get this base right here. It's a lot shiny, and you can actually see me in there too. This kind of reminds me of, like, we have the winter circles now with the Authentics. In case you didn't know. As always, like we always had, it comes with a free accessory, which is a trading card. It says Racing Champions Brickyard 400 ABC Sports, August 6, 1994, which marks 30 years since the first ever Brickyard 400 race to happen. Of course, we all know who won that race, which was Jeff Gordon. And let me know who do you think who's going to win the Brickyard 400 this Sunday. But anyways, here's the back if you want to read that. If you pause that, if you can read that. So nothing too crazy, but I am definitely to look forward to watch this Brickyard race at Indy. And here is the car itself. Of course, this is a old school Chevrolet Lumina. As you can tell, this was before they had the Monte Carlos. And yeah, this is a nice looking car, as you can tell. In fact, I was at this racetrack when I saw Kurt Busch won the race. That was a long time ago now. Of course, this does not have glass windshields like the new diecast we have now. But nonetheless, it's a very nice looking car. Of course, if you didn't know, every year during milestones, Indy has milestone anniversaries. Like, if you remember back in the 10th anniversary of the Brickyard 400 race, which was 20 years ago, which was in 2004, they also would allow all the past winners to reunite and commemorate their 10th anniversary celebration of the Indianapolis 500. Indy 400. Of course, if you know about the Brickyard 400, it's also a crown jewel event. Just like the Daytona 500, the Coca-Cola 600, and the Southern 500. All four crown jewel races. Back to what I was saying. If you don't remember, on the 10th anniversary of 9/11, the 10th anniversary of the Brickyard 400 race, they would allow all the past winners to celebrate and to commemorate that 10th anniversary, which was in 2004, which was 20 years ago, which ironically I'm going to be 20 years old this November. And if you don't remember, on the 15th anniversary of the Brickyard race, they would also use it the same thing as well. And also, if you don't remember, on the 20th anniversary, Jeff Gordon would win the race for I think it was first time. I can't remember now, but I do know that in 2014, which is 10 years ago, the Indianapolis 400 also celebrated the 20th anniversary. In case you didn't know that, which it started in 1994. Which we all know who's good at winning that race. Of course, it's Jeff Gordon. But yeah, not a bad looking car. In fact, I like going to Indianapolis. I think it's very cool. In my opinion. Get down to this. Well, I mean, I guess you could say I look at sponsors. Oops, get that focus. Got the Brickyard 400 logo at Indianapolis. Excuse me. Sorry for the sneezes, by the way. There's no Chevy logo there, but that's okay though. Got plenty of contingency sponsors. Got the NASCAR logo. Got the inaugural race. There's no name banners, by the way, because there's no actual racers. Just I guess you could say this diecast is kind of a promo. But I'm here. I got this a couple years back when I was at my local diecast dealer. But other than that, it's just a very fantastic car. In fact, for the 400, I think it's very spectacular, I guess you can call it. Got the nice big wheels there. Got the Brickyard 400 logo right there. same stuff. Get the same stuff on the other side as usual. Got the 76 gas fuel there. And there's the back if you want to see that with the base. Back when there's a lot more details with these cars. Nothing really to talk about this diecast. I was rewatching that 1994 a Brickyard 400 race, and yeah, it was good. Of course, like I said, that first race was won by Jeff Gordon. Now, this wasn't technically Indianapolis' first start as a race. That dates all the way back to 1911, during the good old days, I guess you could call it. So IMS has some memorable moments before they went mainstream. This particular started in 1994 with IMS, as you could tell. And they would stay with each other throughout the mid-90s and the early 2000s. That's a little fun fact. So, if you want this diecast, it's available at. It's not at Walmart anymore. That time you can also you could find it at your dealer shop. You can find it online. This diecast is pretty rare to find, but nothing too spectacular. But I am definitely to look forward to watch the 30th anniversary edition of the Brickyard 400. But like I said, if you want this diecast, you can get this at anywhere besides Walmart. There's not many available at Walmart. I mean, maybe the NASCAR Authentics line. That'd be very cool. Various. Oh, sorry, I got a cat there. But anyways, if you want this diecast, it's available free. But thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.